Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah, here we go. Love letters. Love letters to Kelly. Since I'm wearing Al's hat, I need to wear glasses as well. And that's what I'm doing. Thank you very much.
You look so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
Dear Kelly, you are the love expert.
I am.
I'm 24 years old, and for the last year, I've been working on myself. I am in the best shape of my life, and I have a great paying job. Just like Anna, I'm also aiming to read books once a week.
Oh, nice.
So I say I'm the best version of myself and only get better. Since high school, I've been on and on with this girl texting wise.
On and off.
Well, he wrote on and on, but...
Well, he meant on and off, I think, right?
Maybe you meant on and off, but both are correct. We always text and then stop talking for months, but when we start talking again, we pick up right where we dropped off, like nothing ever happened. In December, she became single, and in March, we started hanging out for the first time ever. We had only texted before, but Kelly, we are vibing and matching each other's energy, and we sing with each other, and it just feels right.
Wow, that's a neat partner, isn't it?
But here's the thing, Kelly. I told myself that I'm not going to do no relationship because I am the best version of myself, and I'm doing the best in my life right now. I say that seeing a girl or being in a relationship is going to derail me from my path I've been going on. With that being said, how do you see this relationship, or what way do you see it going, or what should I do, Carlos?
Why don't you just keep on keeping on?
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Why do we have to force something to be this forever? Why can't you just enjoy it, live in the moment? The best partner brings out the best in you and compliments what you're doing.
Boom.
Like you said, you're having a great time. Why do you have to put a ring on it already? Just enjoy the ride, and if she does get to a point where she has a conversation with you, and it will come eventually, like, where do you see us going? Then you can deal with it. But don't be pushing stuff. Just let it breathe.
It showed up unannounced. That's cool, right? That's how love.
And this has only been since March? December they started. She said something, she's single, and they've been hanging out since March?
Yeah, in December she became single, and they started hanging out in March.
It's not even been hardly a month. Dude, why rush it?
Yeah.
Just, just chill. That's my only advice. Just enjoy the ride.
And keep being the best version of yourself, Carlos.
Yes.
Love letters. Love letters to Kelly.
Dear Kelly, you are the love expert.
I am.
Less than a week ago, my estranged boyfriend and the father of our 5-month-old son passed away unexpectedly.
I'm so sorry.
I'm utterly devastated and shattered and can't seem to feel anything else but the pain. We had our problems and fights, but even throughout, I was always still in love with him. The last few sentences I said to him was that I loved him, and then later that day I was asking where he was because he was supposed to pick up our son. The next morning, he was gone.
Wow.
This is extremely tragic to me, especially since our little boy looks exactly like him. I love my boyfriend just as much now as before, and I don't know if the grief subsides. As the grief subsides, will my love for him as well. We used to call each other our twin flame, and I don't know if that makes things better or worse. Please, Kelly, what advice would you give me as a newly grieving mother? That's from Erica.
You just got to go through it. I mean, grief takes time. You've got to process it. You can't just snap out of it. I know when people die also, we tend to romanticize them and make heroes out of them.
Yeah.
And that's
okay.
That's okay. You go to people's funerals and like, who are they talking about? Is that the same guy I worked with or grew up with? Because we do that.
Yeah.
And there was a reason you two weren't together. I'm not saying he was a bad guy. You're twin flames. Why couldn't you there's reasons.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's sad. You feel bad for your son. He's not going to have the strong relationship that, with his father. And I'm not saying that you'll ever lose your love for him, but the pain will get lesser and lesser as time goes by.
Yes, yeah.
And then someday there will be another hopefully wonderful man who will come into your life that will want to be a great father figure for your child, and it can be beautiful. But you got to give yourself a minute to grieve.
Yeah, it's just
there's nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, we're very sorry for your loss.
Oh yeah, it's very
and for
sad.
your kids.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I hate that. That's awful. Because I'm sure he's very young. It's just tragic.
Yeah. But keep those memories alive. Show them videos. Show them pictures for the boys.
Yeah.
Do things with your son. Like you can, come up with a scrap, but use maybe channel your grief into something that is tangible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, start gathering, great articles. Maybe if he did things in high school and stuff, and make a scrapbook for your son so he can feel like he knows him.
There you go. That's a
And,
great
and will
idea.
help spur those memories.
Great
Yeah.
idea. Love letters. Love letters to Kelly.
Dear Kelly, you're the love expert.
I am.
This is from Zach, by the way, and he's in the 8th grade.
What's up, Zach?
What up, Zach?
Dear Kelly, you're the love expert.
I am.
Sorry. I've known this girl since we were in 4th grade, and we've become really close. There's a new kid at the school that I go to, and the girl that I'm close with and him started dating almost immediately, and I have become good friends with him. They have been dating for a little over 3 months now. The problem is, every time I hang out with a girl, he always tries to tell me something and separate us. And I've tried to tell him that we're just friends, but I don't think he believes me. And I've tried to tell the girl that I'm a little uncomfortable with her always hanging out with me when she has a boyfriend now, but I don't think she cares because she still does it. We're all in the 8th grade, so I know this is probably just middle school love and it won't last. But Kelly, I don't know what to do. I don't want my friendship with them to end because of this. What should I do?
Well, it sounds like she's using you to make him jealous, and
Maybe,
that's
yeah.
what it sounds
A little
like. That
bit.
she loves being the center of attention. I don't know what that feels like. But I can imagine it'd be really
You're on a syndicated
such-
radio show.
And it's
such
called
a
Kelly and the
headship.
Rest.
No, like to have boys like
Oh.
fighting for your attention and like be the object of desire for more than one man.
Oh.
You know, and
We'll do
then
that tomorrow.
Meet on the playground and
Tomorrow this time,
Duke
JC
it
and I
out.
fight over Kelly.
that's heady stuff for an 8th grader, right? And she's feeding off of that. You know, just keep being the great guy you are, and you're going to have crushes. You're going to meet girls that will eventually turn your head, and then she's going to get all jealous and try to get your attention back. And that really sweet girl that you like is going to be like, "Well, why are you going back to her?" Because we always want the bad girl, right? Or we always want the bad guy.
Bad guy,
This is just teenage drama, and it's fun stuff you're going to look back at one day. And I just what advice do you give an 8th grader at this point, right?
You're doing it right.
You're just
Yeah.
doing
That's how
you
middle
just
school
keep
is.
doing
Hang in
you,
there, brother.
dude, and that's
Hang in
all
there,
you
brother.
can do. But
Uh-huh.
do know that she's playing both of you.
Yep. A little bit.
Love letters. Love letters to Kelly.
Dear Kelly, you are the love expert.
I am.
This isn't about love yet, but my dad says that I'm too young. I'm in 6th grade. There's this boy in my grade that claims he likes me. I've asked my friends. They've said, give him a chance, but my parents say, don't date yet. I was never planning on dating him, maybe waiting until high school, but he's been passing me love notes in class, and we've hung out together, and he stays with me in my free time. I don't want to break this boy's heart, but I also don't want to make a bad decision that will scar me for the rest of my life. What do I do? Do I break his heart and risk 1,000 friendships, or do I say yes and regret it?
Oh no.
Don't do anything behind your parents' back. You can talk to your parents because, see, dating for 6th graders means something very different than dating when you're an 11th grader.
Yes.
Right? There's two different things. So you might need to go to your parents and say, what do you mean? I know you have rules for me that I can't date, but what does that mean for me right now? Because my daughter, we used to say these people are dating. That just means they like each other.
Right.
And
Talking on the phone a little bit.
they don't even do that. They don't even hardly talk because they're so embarrassed because they don't know what to do with these feelings.
Yep.
But everybody knows they're crushing on each other, so they're dating. So you need to go to your parents and just trust me. Just don't go sneaking around and doing anything behind your parents' back.
No.
Because now you're laying the groundwork to show them that you are trustworthy, that you got a good head on your shoulders, and you respect their wishes. So when you do get a little bit older and you can go on dates in cars and things like that, they'll remember how responsible you were in the 6th grade, right?
Right.
So go to your parents and say, I just need some clarity. You might
Yeah.
not want to use that word, but say, I just really want to understand because there's this boy that really likes me and I do like him, Mom, but what does that look
Right.
like? What can I do with him right now? Your mom will respect you so much for that, and your dad, if you come to them with that, and then abide by what they say.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
'Cause I'm in the middle school era right now as a parent, and I didn't know what to say to my son, Kelly. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just hard.
I didn't know, like, when he started saying, I find girls attractive. And I didn't know, do I say, no, you're not allowed to date till high school? So I left it open. I said, okay, I prefer you not date until you get to high school, but I get that your feelings are valid. And he did end up having girlfriends. And that
But what did that look like? Those are what
just
what
like
do dates look
at
like?
the most hand holding, going to the movies, nothing crazy. It wasn't just that.
But parents are dropping them off, picking them
We're there.
up. Yeah,
We're- yeah, we're
exactly.
there.
Or you're 6 rows
Because
behind.
when you dropped us off, we were making out at the movie theater.
No.
Yes,
what-
I was.
Oh,
Big
you
Al
were?
was.
Yeah, not this one because I'm right back.
Not
I'm in the
me.
back of the theater.
I wasn't
What?
dropped
You
off
weren't?
for dates. No.
Well, it was probably a little bit older than 6th grade. It was probably
Like 9th grade, maybe?
9th grade,
Yeah.
yeah. We'd go to movie theater, me and Lisa Turner.
But then
Yeah.
the things we don't talk about and we don't realize when you get in relationships, if you're in middle school, is you got to deal with all the friends too, and that's
Yeah.
what got really
And that's
toxic for my
drama,
son.
yeah.
The
Drama.
the friends of the girlfriends would get so mean, and I
Yeah.
would read these
because they are envious of the girl that's getting all the attention, so they turn on the guy and they ruin it. Girls are.
and they didn't like him, and I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. He's like, nobody likes me in our group, and it just became sad, and I felt like I should have told him, nah, we shouldn't date.
Was
And
it
it's-
drama? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say it's crazy now because now there's like social media involved and
Yes.
texting, which is like something that,
Yeah.
when we were in middle school, it looked way different.
Yeah, they got
true.
the little text groups,
True that.
the group chats,
But
which is coming up in about 30 minutes with Anna, by the way.
I think the drama also carries on into high school as well with the
Yeah,
friend
well.
groups and
Yeah.
social media. So like it's not just middle school, but high school's going to have it as well.
Yeah. But those feelings are valid, and what you're feeling is true, and it is okay.
But my
to
only
feel
advice
that
is
way.
don't hide stuff from your parents.
That's a good advice.
Yeah, that is great advice right there. From our love expert, Kelly Raspberry. If you want to write her, you can do so. LoveLettersToKelly.com. We do it on the radio show Mondays and Wednesdays. There is a podcast dropping this morning, right, Kelly?
Yes, approximately 10 a.m. Central Time.
Yes.
It depends
Okay.
on how much Robert and I get accomplished.
That's right. That means you can listen to Kelly Raspberry on your drive to work and then on your drive home from work. Too,
And
if you
please,
want
we
to.
need jingle singers.
Okay.
Yeah, we need jingle singers. We've kind of run the well dry. So go to loveletterstokelly.com. A lot of people film their kids singing it. I love seeing their faces.
Yeah.
And send that. Or I'm going to have all y'all sing one.
Oh, really?
Yes. I need some
solos?
jingle singers. Yes, as solos.
100%. We
Hit us
got
part
you.
time, Justin. Hit us with one.
Love letters to Kelly.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you. That'll
That was
be
beautiful.
maybe today.
He can't
you.
rap, but he can absolutely sing. Look at him.